Well, hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the quiz show where the lower the points, the higher the chance of winning. Let's meet today's players. So first, we welcome Linda and Nigel. You're our first pair on the show. How do you two know each other?
Well, we met round the pool table about 24 years ago, and we're still playing.
That's a hell of a frame, isn't it? Blimey. You want to pot some balls.
I've been trying for 24 years to do that, and I'm still not very good.
Who's the better player?
Nigel.
Really?
Yeah.
Is she being nice,
just.
or is that actually... This is
That's
actually
the
true.
truth.
Yeah.
Definitely the truth.
And where are you from?
Western-super-Mare.
Western-super-Mare. Well, very best of luck to you this afternoon. Great to have you here. Next, we welcome Chris and Ryan. How do you two know each other?
We're father and son from Cardiff. Ryan's my younger son.
How many other sons have you got?
I've only got one, 10 years older.
So why did you pick Ryan as your wingman?
Well, my elder son forced him to come on here because he wouldn't come on there. So Ryan volunteered. Stupidly.
Yeah, good luck, Ryan. Anyway, very best of luck to you this afternoon. And next, we welcome Guy and Simon. How do you two know each other?
We met about 15 years ago. A friend introduced us. Simon draws comics, and I was writing at the time. And still do.
And still do. You write comics?
Well, sort of work together and things, yeah.
Books for kids, comic strips, anything like that, yeah.
Fantastic. Simon, you're the illustrator.
Yeah, I do all the hard work, yeah.
And Guy, you do all the hard work, really hard work.
I write 20 minutes a day before, and that's 2 weeks' work for Simon.
Yeah.
That's how it goes, yeah.
That's how it works out. Very best of luck to the pair of you. And finally, we welcome back Karen and Janice. You were on the show last time. Of course, everyone gets 2 shots at the Pointless final. This is your last chance. Remind us how you did.
We got through to the head-to-head, but we got beaten.
You did. You got beat. What happened on the head-to-head?
We lost 2-0, didn't we? We just couldn't come up with those good answers.
I can't remember what did for you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, yeah.
Oh, it's characters from Cheers. That's
yeah.
right. That's right. Well, hopefully we've got them out of the way now. They won't be coming back. So best of luck this afternoon. We'll find out more about all of you throughout the show. There's just one more person for me to introduce, of course. He is the man who steps forward when obscurity beckons. These are not my words, Richard. He is my pointless friend. He's Richard.
Hello.
But apparently, you step forward when obscurity beckons.
To be fair, you've had to introduce me 48 times already this series, so you may be running out of things to say.
How does obscurity beckon?
Obscurely?
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. And you too. What sort of show have we got, Richard?
Well, we've only got one returning pair today, Karen and Janice, but they were very good last time, got through to the head-to-head, so the other 3 have their work cut out. I was just saying to Chris and Ryan, the Welsh always do rather well on this show. And father and son teams also do rather well, so no pressure.
Anyway, thanks very much, Richard. So we've put all our questions to 100 people before the show, but this is pointless, so we are after the obscure answers that they didn't get. So to stay in the game with a chance to win our jackpot, all our players need to do is score as few points as they possibly can. But what everyone's trying to do, of course, is find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people gave, and each time that happens, we will add £250 to the jackpot. Now, Lauren and Jamie won the jackpot last time, so today's jackpot starts off at £1,000. There it is. Very good. OK, let's play Pointless. So in the first round, each of you must give me one answer and you cannot confer with your partner. Whichever team has the highest score at the end of the round will be eliminated. OK, our first category this afternoon is fashion. You will decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second.
I like it.
And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the first question is. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many types of hairstyle as they could. Types of hairstyle. Richard.
Yep, all the correct answers in this round will be types of hairstyle. If you need me to go into more detail, by hairstyle I mean style of hair, and by correct I mean right.
Thanks very much, Richard. Right, Linda and Nigel, you all drew lots before the show, and today you get to go first. So in this round, we're going to give you a choice of 7 possible answers on the board in each pass. The first set of 7 answers reads like this. Pageboy, Hoxton Finn, Casquette, Fontange, Beehive, Bob, Rachel. I'm going to read those one more time. Pageboy, Hoxton Finn, Casquette, Fontange, Beehive, Bob, Rachel. Now, I can tell you that at least one of those answers is pointless, but do be careful because at least one of those answers is also incorrect. Land on one of those and you will score the maximum of 100 points. Right now, Linda. Types of haircut. What do you think?
I'm going to go for one that I know is right, although I'm not sure it will be a low score. I'm going to go for beehive.
Beehive. There it is. 3 up from the bottom. Let's see if it's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said beehive. 29, Linda. Scores you 29. Not a bad answer at all. Richard.
Yeah, very safe start. Beehive, of course, very tall, beehive-shaped hairdo. Amy Winehouse, probably the most famous beehive wearer.
OK, we are looking for types of hairstyle. Chris, rather smart hairstyle you have there yourself.
What could I possibly know about hairstyles? But if I did have a hairstyle, I'd probably go for the bob.
You go for the bob?
Yeah.
The bob, there it is. 1 up from the bottom. The bob. OK, let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said bob. It's right. 61, Chris. So, Bob. Richard?
Yes, a big score for Bob, I'm afraid. That was developed in 1909 by a Parisian hairdresser called Antonine.
Antony?
Antonine.
Oh, Antonine.
Yeah, and his assistant, Bob.
Guess he did all the work in that relationship. OK, now, Simon. Remember, we are looking for types of hairstyle. Now, on that board, there are still 5 choices for you. Nobody's eked out the pointless one. There's got to be a pointless, at least one pointless answer in there.
I don't think it's the height of fashion at the moment, so I think it could be fairly pointless. Page boy.
Page boy. OK, you're saying page boy. Let's see if that's correct. And if it is, let's see how many people said page boy. That's right. 6. So, page boy, Richard?
Yeah, very good answer, Simon. It's a smooth jaw-length haircut with a sort of horizontal fringe, a page boy haircut.
Huh.
So
Maybe I'll go for that next time.
Less fashionable now than once it was, I think.
Right now, Karen. OK, so remember, we are looking for types of hairstyle.
Well, I don't recognise those ones. I knew the other ones. The Hoxton Fin sounds like it might be a Mohicany type thing. The only one I'm going to take a chance on is Rachel and hope it was from when Friends was really big.
I was thinking that. I was thinking that. It's a Jennifer Aniston haircut called a Rachel. Everyone had that. I had that.
You had a Rachel.
Do you remember my Rachel
really
hair?
suited it.
Didn't I?
I had a Phoebe.
I'd say that suited you less well. Come on.
Oh, no, it wasn't good. It wasn't a good look for me.
Brilliant. It wasn't. I think your page boy.
Then I went for the Roseanne, and it was much better.
I'm looking forward to your Marge. Right, Karen, you are going to go with Rachel. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Rachel. That's right. Oh, brilliant answer. But not pointless. That scores you 2, Karen.
Yeah, you're both absolutely right. Of course, named after Jennifer Aniston's character in Friends. Let's take a look at the rest of the board. OK, there are actually, out of those 3, there are 2 pointless answers there and 1 incorrect answer. I'll give you the first one, the Hoxton Fin, which Karen was talking about. That is a pointless answer. The Hoxton Fin, it's 2 partings here and push it up in the middle. It's essentially paying a hairdresser £50 to make it look as if you just got out of bed. There's a Hoxton Fin. The other 2 there, Casquette and Fontange. One of those is an incorrect answer and one of them's pointless. So what do you think?
I think Fontange is a haircut, isn't it? Come on.
The Fontange is indeed a haircut, so very well done if you said that was a pointless answer. And Casquette is French for cap. It's also a cycling helmet, a casquette. So it was an incorrect answer.
Very good. OK, thanks very much, Richard. Well, we're halfway through the round, so let's take a look at those scores. Well, we started off with some big scores early on. Guy and Simon and Karen and Janice had the right idea. Some lovely low scores there. Chris and Ryan, that was a big one. Ryan, you've got a mountain to climb. Linda and Nigel, not terrible, but Nigel, keep it nice and low and you should be all right. OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 7 more answers on the board. We're looking for types of hairstyle. And we've got suede head, devil lock, wedge, mullet, flat top, booby, skinhead. Let me do that again. Suede head, devil lock, wedge, mullet, flat top, booby, skinhead. And again, I can tell you that at least one of those answers is pointless, and there is also at least one incorrect answer on the board, so do try and avoid that or those. Right now, Janice. Didn't Karen do brilliantly?
She did very well, yes.
Didn't she do
Yes,
brilliantly?
yes.
Can you do as well, do you think?
I doubt if I can do as well, because I think the ones that I recognise are going to be very popular answers.
OK, well, you're on 2. If you can score 58 or less with this answer, you are definitely through to the next round.
I think, therefore, I will go safe and go for the mullet. They're awful.
When has anyone ever said that? So I say to my barber every time.
Yeah, I'll go safe.
Yeah, I was going to go for the mullet again. Yeah, fine. There is your red line. If you are below that red line, you are through to the next round. OK, let's see if mullet gets you down there. Well, it is right. You're through. 16. That takes your total up to 18. So mullet, Richard.
Yeah, mullet short at the front and sides and long at the back.
Now then, Guy, you are on 6. If you can score 54 or less with this, you are through to the next round. Lovely low score from Simon. That's his legacy. However, I think you can go one better than that. I think you might be able to truffle out the pointless answer on this board. You knew the Hoxton fin, didn't you?
I did. I'm not brave enough to truffle out the pointless answer on this board, though. I think I'm playing it safe-ish. I mean, there are 2 there that I've never heard of, and one of them's pointless. But I'm not brave enough to go for it. So I'm going to go. I'm not going super safe. I'm going to go suede head, which I think is like a female skinhead with a little bit fluffy on top.
Sounds
Something
lovely.
like that.
It sounds very nice.
That is what I'm going to ask for next time I go to the hairdressers. Finally. Finally, I have my haircut.
Yeah. You have your haircut.
Yeah. It's a relief.
OK, suede head. There is your red line, Guy. If you're below that red line with suede head, you are through to the next round, absolutely for sure. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said suede head. You're right. And you're through to the next round. Not only correct, that is a pointless answer. It adds £250 to today's jackpot, taking the total up to £1,250. It scores you nothing, and it takes your total up to 6. Excellent answer. Suede.
Yeah, I think that definitely counts as a safe-ish answer, I think. Yeah, it's a very closely cropped cut, beloved, as you say, of 70s female punks.
OK, now, Ryan, you are on 61. You are our high scorers. OK, so remember, we are looking for types of hairstyle. You have to score as low as you possibly can with this answer and hope that Nigel picks something that's incorrect.
Yeah, I'm really torn, actually, what to choose. But I'm going to choose the flat top, because I think I saw that...
I think it would suit you. I think
I think so. But so I think I saw on like an episode of Prince of Bel-Air or something like that. Will Smith. Or wherever.
OK, flat top, you're going to say?
Yeah.
OK, flat top it is. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. No red line for you, of course, Ryan, because you're the high scorers. Let's see how many people said flat top. It's correct. That's a great answer. Very good. That scores you 5. Takes your total up to 66. Richard, flat top.
Yeah, very well played, Ryan. Yeah, it's like a crew cut, but designed to look flat on top.
You see, flat top, I can see where that comes from. Mullet.
Yeah.
Why was mullet called mullet?
Why is a mullet called a mullet?
Yeah.
I think it's because whenever you see someone wearing one, you want to slap them around the face with a fish, I think.
Very, very good score there, Ryan. 66. Is it enough to save you? Only Nigel can tell us. Nigel, talk us through the board.
Well, I definitely think wedge is a cut. It's the devil lock that I like the look of. Might because of the devil in me. Skinhead, I think, may be a culture more so than a cut.
See, you seem to have left out booby there, Nigel.
I haven't got a clue what that is at all. I'm going to go for the devil lock.
The devil lock.
Yes.
If you can score 36 or less with this answer, Nigel, you are through to the next round. Devil lock, you're saying. There's your red line. If you're below that red line, you are through to round 2. Let's see if it's correct. If it is, let's see how many people said devil lock. It's right. Good enough. And look at that. Well done, Nigel. Devil lock is a pointless answer. It adds £250 to the jackpot, taking it up to £1,500. It scores you nothing and it leaves you on 29 points. Very good. Richard?
Yeah, big risk to take, Nigel, but paid off handsomely. The Devil Lock, it was developed by the US punk band, the Misfits. It's no hair at the back and there, but basically all of it combed forward in front of your face into sort of a spike, essentially. They called it the Wave, and one of their mums suggested they called it the Devil Lock. Isn't that sweet?
That's very sweet.
So one of the Misfits' mums. Well done. Let's take a look at the other answers. Nigel, as you rightly say, the wedge is, of course, a haircut, but would have scored you a fairly miserly 7, so it would have been a very safe answer. Skinhead, it is a subculture, but it's also a haircut. Would have scored you slightly more with 28, which by a process of elimination means that booby is the incorrect answer. It's actually one of the Hair Bear bunch from the 70s.
Ah, well, you were right to avoid it. OK, thanks, Richard. So at the end of round 1, the losing pair with the highest score, it's Chris and Ryan. Father and son.
Sorry.
Who's going to take the blame for this, Ryan?
Oh, definitely my dad. Definitely.
In other words, you. Right, good. OK, well, listen, we will see you again next time, of course. Everyone gets 2 shots at the pointless final. And I hope next time we have you for a lot longer. It's a great shame to be saying goodbye to you so soon. But you've been great contestants. Thanks very much for playing. Thank you. Of the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. It's now time to find out which 2 teams will be going through to the head-to-head for the chance to reach the pointless final. OK, the category for round 2 is the world of Disney. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. And the question for round 2 concerns Disney songs and their films. Disney songs and their films. So in this round, we're about to show you a list of songs. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to tell us which Disney animated movie they are from. Richard?
Yeah, we're going to give you 6 songs. All you've got to do is tell us the movie they originally featured on the soundtrack of. The more obscure ones will score you the fewest points. If you give us an incorrect answer, though, you'll score 100 points. And see if you can get all of them at home.
OK, your first 6 are... When You Wish Upon a Star, I'll Make a Man Out of You, The Bare Necessities, Go the Distance, The Unbirthday Song, Circle of Life. Let's read those one more time. When You Wish Upon a Star, I'll Make a Man Out of You, The Bare Necessities, Go the Distance, The Unbirthday Song, Circle of Life. Now then, Nigel, we're looking for the Disney animated films that these songs came from. Are you a fan of animated films?
No, it's...
Really? Not even the classic Disney animated films?
No, it's just not my thing.
Not your thing? Never was?
No, if I had my son with me, he'd tell me every one of those, but he's not here, so...
What are you going to go for?
Circle of Life, The Lion King.
Circle of Life, The Lion King. OK, that's what you're saying. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. Circle of Life from The Lion King. Right. 60. So that's 40 better than 100. Very easy to score 100 in this round. Richard, Circle of Life.
Yeah, of course, by Tim Rice and Elton John. It was nominated for an Oscar, but was beaten by another one of their songs, Can You Feel the Love Tonight?
Fair enough. Simon. Now then, animated Disney films and the songs associated with them. Is this a subject close to your heart?
The animated films is not much of a problem. The songs might be, though.
Yes.
I've got a sneaky feeling about one, but I'm worried that it's going to be a very high score if I'm wrong. But I'm going to play it safe-ish. I'll go for When You Wish Upon a Star and Pinocchio.
When You Wish Upon a Star and Pinocchio, you're saying. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said When You Wish Upon a Star was from Pinocchio. right. Good answer, Simon. Well done. That scores you 23 points. Richard, Pinocchio.
Yeah, that earned Disney their first ever Best Song Oscar, When You Wish Upon a Star, from 1940.
As a matter of interest, how many Oscars have Disney films won?
They've won 8 Oscars up to 2010.
Get out of here.
For Best Original Song. They've won others for Best Original Score as well.
Now then, Janice. Remember, we are looking for the Disney animated films that these songs were first in.
Right, yeah. There's one there that's very obvious, and I imagine it's going to be quite high, which is the Bare Necessities.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to be absolutely honest, go the distance and I'll make a man out of you. I can't for the minute think where they come from. But I'm going to have a go because I think I know where the Unbirthday song came from. And I think it was in the Mad Hatter's Tea Party in Alice in Wonderland. So
Guy,
I'm risking that, I'm not 100%.
Guy's giving you a nod there, I think.
Answer, yeah.
Yeah. OK, the Unbirthday song you think might be from Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, it rings a bell.
OK, well, let's see if that's right. And let's see, that might score you very low if that is right. Alice in Wonderland, the Unbirthday song. Let's see if it's right. It's right. Janice, that's a brilliant answer. 18 for the Unbirthday song from Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, it's very well played, Janice. That's the best answer of the round so far. Yeah, it's from the Mad Hatter's Tea Party in Alice in Wonderland. Let's take a look at the other answers. The Bare Necessities, as Janice said, it's a fairly obvious one. It was the Jungle Book and would have scored you a fairly hefty 81 points. So it's very well avoided. Go the Distance, you know what Go the Distance is from?
I'm gonna take a guess because it's a running thing. It's a sort of it's Hercules. Is it?
It is Hercules. Yeah, very well done. Would have scored you 3 points. And I'll Make a Man Out of You.
I would have said Pinocchio for that one.
It does sound like Pinocchio, doesn't it?
It's,
but it's Mulan, and would have scored you 1 point. That's the best answer up there. Very well done if you got that.
Thanks very much, Richard. OK, well, we're halfway through the round, so let's take a look at the scores as they stand. Well, it's a lower scoring round than the first round. Linda and Nigel, 60. Linda, you got a job to do in the next pass. Guy and Simon, Karen and Janice, all pretty good, nice and low there. OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 6 more songs on the board, and here they are. We've got Colours of the Wind, Whistle While You Work, I Wonder, A Whole New World, Under the Sea, Baby Mine. I'm going to read those one more time. Colours of the Wind, Whistle While You Work, I Wonder, A Whole New World, Under the Sea, Baby Mine. Remember, we are looking for the Disney animated films that these songs were first in. And you're trying to find the one that the fewest of our 100 people knew. OK, so Karen. Karen, do you like films? Yeah. Animated Disney films?
I love them, and my 3 children love them, so...
So you know them all pretty well?
There's one usually on about every night, so...
OK,
yeah.
so this is a perfect round for you, then. What's that board looking like to you, Karen?
Yeah, pretty good. One that's coming out of me, I'm sure it's off a film that my girls love, Pocahontas, Colours of the Wind.
Colours of the Wind, Pocahontas, you're saying. The top of the board there. Well, let's see. You are on 18. If you can score 41 or less with this, you are definitely through to the next round. There's your red line. Let's see if Colours of the Wind is indeed from Pocahontas. It's right. Very good. 14, that scores you. Takes your total up to 32. Richard.
Yeah, well done. Safely through from 1995, Pocahontas. The end title version sung by Vanessa Williams. Not the tennis player.
Interesting.
Venus Williams did When You Wish Upon a Star from Pinocchio.
Yes.
That was one of hers.
Serena Williams never found that hit, has she?
No, she really has. She makes a terrible racket, doesn't she?
Oh, that was a backhanded compliment. Oh. Now then, Guy. So, Guy, you're on 23. If you can score 36 or less with this, you are through to the next round. So we are looking for the Disney films that these songs first came from.
I'm not going to score 36 or less.
Really?
There's only one that's nailed on. There's another one, I can hear it in my head, but I don't know what film it's from. And there's another one where the title I'm thinking, well, that's got to be from, but I'm not going for that either. I'm going to say Whistle While You Work is from Snow White.
Snow White, you're saying... There's your red line. If you come below that red line, you are definitely through to the next round. If you're above that red line, it's not all over, actually. Just depends how well Linda knows her Disney animated classics. OK, let's see if Whistle While You Work is indeed from Snow White. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. 74, that scores you, Guy. That takes your total up to 97. Whistle While You Work.
Yeah, it's a really, really big score. Whistle while you work, unless you work in a library, in which case, keep it down, people trying to work. 1937, that film is from, 1937.
Now then, Linda, you're on 60. If you can score 36 or less with this answer, you are through to the head-to-head, and we say goodbye to Guy and Simon. How good is your Disney knowledge?
There's only two there that I know which film they come from, and I think they're both going to be quite popular. I'm going to go for Under the Sea, Little Mermaid.
We have Under the Sea, and you are saying Little Mermaid. There is your red line. If you're below that red line, you stay with us. Above that red line, we say goodbye. OK, let's see if Under the Sea is Little Mermaid and how many people said it if it is. That's right. A nail-biting close to the second round there. You score 38 with that, Linda, and I'm afraid that takes you just into the red there. You are our high scorers. Richard, Little Mermaid.
Yeah, that's tough luck, Linda. What was the other one you were thinking of?
Whole New World from Aladdin.
Or if you'd said that, because it is from Aladdin, you'd have scored 32 points. Oh. And you'd be through. I'm so sorry. Baby Mine, Alexander, do you know where that's from?
No.
That's from Dumbo. Well done if you said that, because it's 3 points. And I Wonder is a pointless answer. Do you know where I Wonder is from?
No.
It's from Sleeping Beauty. Very well done if you got I Wonder.
Very good indeed. Well, thanks, Richard. So at the end of round two, the losing pair with the highest score. Oh, that was close. Linda and Nigel. Nigel, what would you have liked to have come up? What would have been an ideal round for you?
Swing music.
Swing music.
Yeah. Frank Sinatra films, I think, would be a good one.
Linda, how about you? What would you like to have seen?
Possibly something about some TV programmes. I watch a lot of telly.
Well, maybe next time. Nigel, Linda, sorry to say goodbye to you so soon, but we will, of course, see you next time. Thanks very much for playing. Been great contestants. Thank you. But for the remaining two pairs, things are about to get even more exciting now as we enter the head-to-head. We've already said goodbye to two teams. It's now time to find out which of our remaining pairs will be playing for today's jackpot, which currently stands at £1,500. Very good. Now, Karen and Janice, Guy and Simon, you are now going head-to-head on the best of 3 questions. You are now allowed to confer. All you have to do is give an answer each time that scores lower than the opposing pair, and you will win that point. The first team to have 2 points will be through to the final to play for that jackpot. Let's play Pointless. OK, here is your first question. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many US states beginning with a vowel as they could. US states beginning with a vowel, Richard.
Yeah, there are 12 US states beginning with a vowel. We're looking for the most obscure.
OK, Karen and Janice, because you played best throughout the show so far, you get to go first. We are looking for the US states beginning with a vowel. OK, I'm going to start pushing for an answer. We've got one.
Right, okay. Well, we've got quite a few, so...
Yeah, that's the problem.
It's a problem, yeah. What are people thinking? Yeah, we've gone through quite a few, because there's quite a lot.
Do you know the states well?
Reasonably well. We've been learning them, and my brother lives in the USA, so he talks a lot to me about the USA. So, OK, we're going to go with Iowa.
Iowa. Guy and Simon, that was the one they had primed up, just been blown out the water. OK, so Iowa has gone.
What was our backup?
Oregon or Idaho?
Yeah. Indiana.
I like Oregon. I kind of like Oregon because it sounds a bit like a city rather than just a state.
I like Ohio. I can't think of anything that comes from Ohio.
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Yeah, go for that. Ohio,
Yeah.
yeah.
OK, Ohio it is. Not Oregon, Ohio.
Yeah.
OK, you're going Ohio. We have Iowa and we have Ohio. Iowa, say Karen and Janice. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. It's right. $22. 22 for Iowa. So let's see if Ohio scores more or less than that. What do you reckon?
It's going to be close.
Yeah, I think more, unfortunately.
Let's see if it scores higher or lower than Iowa. Ohio.
Come on, baby. One less, one less.
33. So after the first question, it is 1-0 to Karen and Janice. Richard.
Yeah, there were 3 answers that would have beaten Iowa, and if you'd gone with your gut instinct of Idaho, you would have just won the points, because that was one of them. Let's take a look at all 12 of the states. Illinois at the bottom there, where Obama was senator, with 11. Oklahoma, 12. Idaho, 21. Iowa and Indiana, both 22. Alabama with 29. Alaska with 30. Arkansas there with 32. Ohio with 33, as we've heard. Oregon, 35. Arizona, 36. And right at the top there, Utah with 48.
Very interesting. OK, here is your second question. Now, Guy and Simon, you've got to win this point to stay in the game. Karen and Janice, if you win this point, you are straight through to the final. OK, here it is. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many George Eliot novels as they could. George Eliot novels, Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for any of the 7 full-length novels written by George Eliot. We won't accept collections of short stories. So, for example, we wouldn't accept Scenes of Clerical Life. We're looking for one of the 7 full-length novels written by George Eliot.
OK, Guy and Simon, you get to go first this time.
OK, well, I think we think we know one.
Possibly 2.
No, both the ones that you're thinking of, they're both written by the same person, and it's not George Eliot. I can't remember who it is.
Fair enough. I'll go with you on that one, yeah. I don't... It's going to be bad.
It's the only one we know.
Apart from the Da Vinci Code, what else is it?
Yeah.
You have to go for it, yeah.
What's it called again? The Mill on the Floss.
Yeah, The Mill on the Floss.
Mill on the Floss.
Mill on the Floss. Karen and Janice. Mill on the Floss is what Guy and Simon have said.
Yeah, yes, we both had one in our heads, and we both said exactly the same one, so we feel got to go for this. It's one that I have to confess that I read at school, which was Silas Marner, and I didn't like it. So the name sticks in my mind, but nothing about the novel.
Silas Marner. Let's see if Mill on the Floss is right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Mill on the Floss. 17. Not bad at all. Not a bad score at all. 17 for Mill on the Floss. Let's see if Silas Marner is right, and let's see if it is low enough to beat Mill on the Floss. This, if it does go lower than Mill on the Floss, we'll see you straight through to the final. It's right. Oh, yes it is. Look at that. Silas Marner scores only 10. So after 2 questions, Karen and Janice are straight through to the final 2-0. Richard?
Yeah, well played, Karen and Janice. Guys, there'll be plenty of names on this board that you'll recognise, I think. It's inexcusable to not know much about George Eliot, I think. I think he's a wonderful writer. Really do. I really do. I take my hat off to him. Let's take a look at all of them. Right down the bottom, there's a pointless answer. Felix Holt, the Radical. Very well done if you got that at home. Then Daniel Deronda and Romola would have both scored you 2. Adam Bede and Middlemarch both would have scored you 8. Both would have won you the points. Silas Marner there on 10, and Mill on the Floss right up the top there.
OK, thanks very much, Richard. So the losing pair at the end of the head-to-head, I'm afraid, it's Guy and Simon. Just not your categories, I'm afraid, for this head-to-head round.
Felix, what was it called? Felix? No, I wouldn't say it was on the tip of my tongue. No. We were completely outclassed.
Yeah, no chance.
What were the two you were thinking of by someone else?
Test of the D'Urbervilles.
Thomas Hardy.
And the other Thomas Hardy one. American
American Archbishop Thomas Hardy.
Yeah.
And the Da Vinci Code as well.
So hopefully we're going to
Fabulous.
get Thomas Hardy questions.
Angels and Demons, not up there.
No, but Digital Fortress was a pointless answer.
So listen, we'll have you back next time, of course. What would you have liked to have come up? What would have been an ideal round for you? We do this. You just suggest what you'd like, and we'll see what we can do.
You had Asterix on in the last series. I was screaming at the telly, and nobody ever picked it, and I was just thinking, you know. Yeah.
So now we're not going to get Asterix.
No,
Asterix.
Well, it's sitting on a shelf somewhere.
I don't think I've ever not been reading an Asterix book. I think since the age of about 14, I've had one on the go.
Absolutely.
You started at 14, wow.
Yeah. Well,
So it's like being at a tremendously boring dinner party.
Isn't it? Yeah. Tremendous.
All I can see is just a series of bored women rolling their eyes.
We will see you again next time, when hopefully you will go all the way through to the final. But meanwhile, thanks very much for playing. Great contestants. Thank you. But for Karen and Janice, it's now time for our pointless final and the chance to win £1,500. So congratulations, Karen and Janice. You've seen off all the competition and you have won our coveted pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot. And at the end of today's show, the jackpot stands at £1,500. So the rules are very simple. To win that money, all you have to do is find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people could think of. Now, we've had 2 pointless answers on the show today. You just have to find one more now, and you will go home with that money. First, though, you've got to choose a category from these 3 options, and you can go for motorsport, classic musicals, Asia. Motorsport, classic musicals, and Asia.
Yeah, I'm terrible at geography, so Asia would be bad. Motorsport, we don't really know many winners of Formula 1 and stuff, so...
We probably know slightly more about classical musicals, hopefully.
So it's more by a process of elimination than
yes.
an absolute favourite thing. Classic musicals. OK, well, classic musicals it is. Let's find out what the question really is. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many songs from My Fair Lady as they could. Richard.
We're looking for any of the songs from the original stage version or film version of My Fair Lady.
OK, you now have up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers, and all you need to win that £1,500 is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Your 60 seconds start now.
Well, see, there's The Rain in Spain.
The Rain in Spain was mainly on play, yes. I don't know, yeah, wouldn't it be lovely? And all the obvious ones.
Come on, keep going then.
I can't think of any more. Trying to think through the film when she...
I just got By Jove, she's got it. That's all I can think of him saying.
What's that one?
But
By Jove, yeah, that's The Rain in Spain falls mainly on the plane.
When they're outside with doing the flowers and that. Wouldn't it be lovely? Is that what she's
She thinks, wouldn't it be lovely, yeah. I can't think. Can I think of 2?
No, I can only think of them 2 as well.
2. We'll start with 2. No. And they're not going to be pointless.
No. Just You Wait, Henry Higgins, Just You Wait. Is that one?
Oh, we just say that, yes. That'll be our 3rd. OK.
OK, you've got your 3.
Yeah,
OK, we'll stop the clock.
Yeah.
Your 3 answers are...
Well, the one that's going to not be a pointless
is... Yeah, Wouldn't It Be Lovely?
Wouldn't It Be Lovely?
Wouldn't It Be Lovely?
The Rain in Spain.
The Rain in Spain.
And Just You Wait, Henry Higgins.
Just You Wait, Henry Higgins.
Higgins, yes.
OK, which of those do you think is your best shot at a pointless answer?
The last
one.
The last one,
Right,
Just You Wait, Henry Higgins. OK, your least confident answer, which do you reckon? Wouldn't It Be Lovely? OK, good. So put them up in that order. Wouldn't It Be Lovely? The Rain in Spain, and Just You Wait. There they are. OK, we were looking for songs from My Fair Lady. This was your least confident answer. Now, you only need one of these to be pointless to win that £1,500 jackpot. Only one of them. So, well, let's go with your first one. Let's see how many people said, Wouldn't It Be Lovely? Well, it's right. It's your first shot at that jackpot of £1,500. Has to go all the way down to 0, of course. Still going down through the 20s, teens, 10. 10. Not a bad score at all. Unfortunately, not a pointless answer, but you knew that wasn't going to be pointless. Were you expecting it to be as low as 10, though?
No, I just thought it was so popular.
How well do you know the musical? Have you seen the film?
Seen it many times, but
Yeah.
Oliver would have been nicer.
So when you hear the names of the actual pointless songs, assuming there aren't two behind me on the board, of course, you will probably know them all.
Yes, it'll ring a bell.
OK, well, you only have 2 more chances to win today's jackpot. £1,500. What would you spend that on?
Holiday would be nice.
Holidays, yes, towards holidays, yes.
Holiday.
Holidays, yes.
Very good. Well, you know what you can listen to in the car on the way. OK, we're looking for songs from My Fair Lady. Let's hope nobody said your next answer, The Rain in Spain. This has to be pointless for you to win that jackpot. Well, there we are. It's right. Wouldn't it be lovely? Went all the way down to 10. Where do we think this one's going to stop? Rain in Spain, down through the 20s, teens, 13. Weirdly, more people knew that than wouldn't it be lovely? Strange. You are strange. The Rain in Spain, not a pointless answer. Only one more shot at that jackpot, £1,500. Where would you go on your holiday?
Where would you go? No,
I'd go to Disneyland.
I
would.
Disneyland and Spain. Very good. Just you wait. There we are. Just you wait. This is your most confident answer. Just you wait. Has to be pointless for you to win that £1,500. Let's see how many people said it. Just you wait. Well, it's right. It's right. It has to go all the way down to 0, obviously. This is your 3rd and final shot at the pointless jackpot of £1,500. Oh! Oh, that was very, very close indeed. But unfortunately, you didn't manage to find that crucial pointless answer, so I'm afraid you don't win today's jackpot of £1,500, which will roll over to the next show. But you have been fantastic, and you do get to take home the pointless trophy. So then, Richard.
Yeah, that was tough luck. Lots of well-known songs from My Fair Lady, of course. The most popular answer was On the Street Where You Live, and I Could Have Danced All Night scored very highly as well. But there were 3 pointless answers, which if you know the film, you'll probably know. Let's take a look at them. There's Show Me, sung by Freddie and Eliza. Without You, which is sung by Eliza. And You Did It, sung by Pickering and Higgins. I hope none of those ring a bell.
Yeah, they do.
Do you know all of those?
Two of
them, yeah.
Yes, you do now. A minute's very hard, and when the spotlight's on you and the clock's ticking. Well, unfortunately, we do have to say goodbye to you, Karen and Janice, but it's been fantastic having you on the show. Thank you both so much for playing. Thank you. So nobody's won our jackpot today, which means it rolls over. And on the next show, therefore, we will be playing for £2,500. Join us next time to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.